You are now tuned into the FuseBox Radio Broadcast with DJ Fusion and John Judah. Syndicated worldwide to bring real black radio back to the masses.
All right, everybody, 1 2 1 2. What's going on? You're now in tune to another session of the syndicated worldwide FuseBox Radio Broadcast.
Yes, indeed.
Bringing you what we call 21st century black radio to the masses.
Come on.
Which is a mix of old and new school music representing the international Black Diaspora, such as hip hop, soul, funk, jazz, reggae, house, and more, as well as news, commentary, and interviews.
Yep.
For our first show of 2015.
Yes, indeed.
You got myself, DJ Fusion, on the mix and commentary ends. And on the side, you got my bro doing the say. Let me have him go ahead and introduce himself.
Of course, it's all raw. The God Patar. I've been raw. Say peace to you all. One love. Back 2015. What's the deal? Fusion with the scene.
Doing good. Glad to be back in the studio after a extremely needed vacation for the New Year's Eve / Christmas / winter solstice / whatever you celebrate period into the new year. So ready to get into the mix to talk about something, throw on some old tunes, some new tunes, and all of that good stuff. This year in April will be our official 17th year.
Yes, indeed.
Of doing the FuseBox Radio Broadcast. Literally just a little under half of my life I've been doing this show. So for everybody who supports via listening through whatever media outlet, whether it's your favorite FM station, internet radio station, music or cultural website, podcast or music streamer, we deeply appreciate y'all. From any corner of the U.S. where we're based to all over the world, thanks to the wonderful growth of technology and all of that. So
deeply with technology.
Yep, definitely fresh and ready to get into it. Turned another year older during break. Got a sweet cold and then got over that sweet cold. So yeah, man, it's time to do some things. So for those who've been listening for a minute via whatever means, again, thank y'all very much. For those who are new, thank y'all very much for going ahead and checking us out. If you're new to the show, let me just break down how we do things. At the beginning, we go ahead and we do our basic promo spiel. Then we get into talking about various news items that caught our interest on the commentary end. And then both myself and Ausar get into the music mixes with some interjections here and there, depending from the Black Agenda Report with Glenn Ford and them for editorial, and also the folks over at the Black University Radio Network. Shout out to Lamar Blackman and them. So yeah, let's go on right ahead and get into that. You can always check out what's going on the FuseBox Radio Broadcast family via our official website, which is FuseboxRadioOnline.com. That's FuseboxRadioOnline.com. Our official blog site is BlackRadioIsBack.com, which hopefully by the end of January 2015 we'll have revamped and moved over to a new to a new website server, new design, and all of that cool stuff. And via BlackRadioIsBack.com, you can find our listing through FuseBox Radio Broadcast affiliates, all of the wonderful folks who spread our radio show all over the world. Via the FuseBox Radio Online site, you can check out older shows, you can check out our history, upcoming shows folks are going to be spinning at, how to book us, how to submit music, independent or mainstream artists, and a whole bunch of other awesome goodies. So yeah, check us out on the web. And if you like connecting on the social network end, essentially just about all of our social media joins in with FuseBox Radio. So for example, Twitter.com/FuseBoxRadio, Instagram.com/FuseBoxRadio, YouTube.com/FuseBoxRadio, so forth and so on. Now on Facebook, we're trying to get more folks onto our Facebook like page. You can go ahead and join Facebook.com/FuseboxRadioShow in one straight word. Hit that thumbs up button. Besides radio show updates and what have you, we also put up, news stories of interest, different types of music, all other types of cool stuff. So I'm trying to have folks be a little more interactive with us on that end. Now, Facebook.com/FuseboxRadio goes to my personal page, which honestly, because I ain't really too crazy on there. I don't mind anybody joining that. You're just going to get a whole bunch of news items and random babbling from me. So, that's cool too. And, that's about it on that end. Now, if you happen to miss the FuseBox Radio Broadcast, by your favorite net station or FM station, or you just happen to miss, website update or whatever that day, you can check out not just our most recent show, but about 2 or 3 years of archives via podcast. So if you dig iTunes, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, and more, you can go ahead and check out the FuseBox Radio Broadcast that way, or just whatever your favorite music streaming service or music RSS feeder of choice. And if you're like, I can't remember any of this crap you're talking about, go to your favorite search engine, type in FuseBox Radio Broadcast, and our lovely logo and a whole bunch of listings and links should pop up from there. On the upcoming event, and we're just locking down a few events for this winter 2015, spring 2015 period. We'll be giving more exact dates and things for that as time goes by. And again, you can always check our official website for those updates. And let me see here. Oh, real quick update, even though we'll give the exact time frame later, we will be DJing again at the Cultural Stage for our folks in the D.C. metro area at the National Cherry Blossom Festival. Shouts out to that committee for asking us to be down for that again. Late March, early April. We're locking down the dates. Once we get that down, we will definitely let y'all know so folks can rock out to some FuseBox Radio tunes at the tidal basin while looking at the pretty flowers, and
we rock them at the cherry blossoms, and they can't stop them.
And copping some food and looking at the pretty water and all of that good stuff. So yeah, let me see here. I think at the moment that's about it for the basic promo spiel. And during break, which 2014 was pretty much like, hey, black people in America, we really don't like you in multiple ways. So I think we kind of need to break from just even talking about that, because it just seemed like almost every week there was something that wanted to inspire rage and like just really pissed off behavior with us. Have things gotten better in the first 2 or 3 weeks in 2015? In some ways they did, and in some ways they did not. But let's just get some random stories and get to talk. I'm kind of trying to figure out which way I want to go. Maybe we'll start it with some like random cultural stuff, that we'll get to the more heavy things and wrap up. I know one of the things we missed out on, and thanks to our listeners who have kept telling us about this, like, why didn't y'all talk about this yet? Honestly, again, 2014 was not the best for Black America, so we kind of like missed out talking on some stuff. The entire current situation that's going on with Zulu Nation as of late. There seemed to be a lot more recruitment of artists and stuff going down, particularly via Q-Tip of A Tribe Called Quest. And one of the things that has caused some controversy is Q-Tip talking about, Lil Wayne, we got him down for Zulu Nation. I'm going to put things like this, and this is just my personal opinion. Zulu Nation is a very community-based and historically respected organization in the realm of hip-hop. And ever since its founding via Africa Bambaataa, back in NYC, back in the day. Again, my personal opinion, I think they are one of the few organizations on a local and international level that are doing their thing to represent hip-hop, not just as, the 4 elements or whatever, but also in terms of doing work within the various realms of things people live at. Helping out with the youth, helping out with the elders, education, all other types of stuff. This being said, doing stuff like not just adding on his Lil Wayne, but various other music folks that are being recruited as well, including, I know off the top of my head, Freddie Gibbs, Joey Badass, and some other folks. Look, anybody, to me, this is a part of me that's still an idealist, even in my 30s, has the potential to grow as a person. Some people had to go through some more hardships than others to grow. I think it's kind of bad to down some people and be there like, you just ain't going to be about A, B, C, D, or E forever. And also, in terms of the realm of artistic expression and what have you, I don't necessarily like putting people in a narrow fit in terms of saying what you can or can't talk about. because the human experience itself is diverse. Just as, you being able to, grow during different times is a possibility. This being said, this could be maybe one of the greatest things that has happened to Zulu Nation or the worst, depending on how things flow and function. Lil Wayne is an age contemporary for me, you know what I'm saying? And looking at how his situation is with his current label and other types of things, I could definitely see the brother being like, look, I want to grow and expand from beyond just being this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily want to be looked at as a clown or whatever in my 40s and whatnot, with kids and a whole bunch of other types of stuff. And I can see him being in a situation where he's like, this ain't going to help me grow. This can help me grow, you know what I'm saying? And to be able to help out others through this while still being able to talk to them like a regular dude could be immensely important, because everybody ain't going to listen to a preacher type of cat all the time. Let's keep it all the way live. Even people who might be part of the choir don't want to hear the preacher all the damn time. This being said, if Lil Wayne and these other cats act a fool, the first thing these folks are going to say is that they're part of Zulu Nation. And that's going to bring down that organization. Now, Bambaataa is still alive. A lot of them elders are still alive. But when they cross over to the other side or whatever, there's going to have to be strong leadership to maintain, so it's just not, just the cool clique of kids to be with or whatever. And with all the turbulence, public turbulence and more that has been happening within communities lately, particularly in communities of color here in the States and beyond, you don't want to screw this up so you can say, have like a pretty bow on your head and say this cat's on MTV. So that's why I want them to be a part of Zulu Nation. Now, could this be political on both sides? Very much so. I'm not naive. This could be another way for Lil Wayne to get out of his Cash Money contract. This could be a way for Zulu Nation to be like, look, we want more press. And you know what? On both of it, it's probably going to work. But the intent, I think, is going to be what's going to put stuff in a certain place. Like, I've seen some folks get very, very upset about this. I've seen some folks just be kind of like, meh, whatever. And honestly, I'm just on the wait and see thing with this. We can't act like everybody in Zulu Nation is an angel on multiple ends of their life, much less what they may do artistically. And again, we can't act like nobody has ever not been able to grow if they decide to grow as a human being. So this aggressiveness with bringing on people who are quote unquote names, again, if their intent's good, I think it's going to be for the better. And honestly, unless those cats extremely screw up, like I don't see Bam having Zulu Nation go to hell as long as he's still alive. But yeah, man, we'll see what goes down. I mean, on a public level, this is probably the most I've heard people talk about Zulu Nation in ages. So if it's for the good, hey man, I'm down for it. What you think there, bro?
I think everybody always has different motives for doing different things. And, I'm kind of like on you. I'm kind of like on you on that in reference to it's like wait to see. But if intentions are right and intentions are right on the side of leadership, I think everything will flow all right. I guess it can't just be New Yorkers or Jersey cats. It has, there will be cats from other places who can add or who can contribute also. So, hope it comes out for the best. We'll wait to see.
All right, no doubt, no doubt. Next up for my sports heads, like what has seemed to be the detox of boxing matches might finally go down, and that is the joint between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing it all wrong. Tired, pardon me. It's been that type of day. Yeah, both welterweight champions. This might be going down during the summertime. They've been going back and forth about contractual things and whatnot. And honestly, to me, I think people have just got to the point where like, this ain't gonna happen, whatever. And both of their heat is dying down, and both of them are getting older. And they both have egos. You know what I'm saying? So if it goes down, I mean, I'm curious to see what happens. I think with Mayweather, even some of his most diehard fans are like, look, bro, we already know you're a dope boxer. Regardless of how you may feel about the man and his personal things, and trust me, I am not a fan of Floyd Mayweather on a personal level. the man can't box. And his record has shown that, he's about it. As, excuse me, did Pacquiao. And with all of this, I think both of them just kind of had that we got to resolve this once and for all, because, there's only so many, in-between fights where folks are going to be there like, look, seriously, y'all know what's up. Y'all got to do this joint right now before we get bored, and we're in the age now where boxing is not what it used to be in terms of grabbing up and taking death. These are literally the marquee guys right now. Oh God, it feels so weird saying this. It's like 21st century for boxing. Like people don't even care about heavyweight boxing. Like more folks will go to a UFC match right now, or Bellator or something in the mixed martial arts than whatever. These guys are literally holding like major outpaid pay-per-view money boxing on their shoulders. As somebody who, had, family, my stepfather, my uncle, rest in peace, who were like all about that. We got to go, pay this money for this boxing match. And, the old days, like, Monday night fights and all that type of stuff. Like that era is essentially gone right now. So, if these guys get together and, the ink dries, as of right now, they're saying that, people are more or less in agreement on various stuff. Hey, they're going to get a crap load of money. Like, unless somebody gets, like, some real bad damage, like, they're going to be happily, swimming in screaming duck bucks for the rest of their lives. Or whatever. I hope it's going to be a good match, because after all this hype, the last thing somebody wants to be have these cats on their dragon. I doubt it'll be that way. Who will win? Honestly, I don't know. Like I said, this is kind of a grudge match between these two. It could go either or way. And boxing is one of those sports where, you run to somebody the wrong way and the fist is coming towards your face. Things go away. Check the, God, this makes me feel even talking about this. I remember this. Check, for the younger folks who might have a YouTube, check out Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson. Baddest man in the world. He got hit the wrong way and wasn't prepared. And it was a wrap. So, you never know.
Well, what I want to say about it is that I'm definitely on Floyd Mayweather's side, and I definitely think Floyd Mayweather comes from the tradition of African American fighters who brought a little bit of showmanship to like the fighting game. And Floyd is second generation, his father being a fighter also. I just remember hearing a lot of people in the street saying that Floyd was ducking him, and it just felt weird and disappointing hearing people, black saying that, well, he's ducking Pacquiao. But, this game was mastered and perfected by the African American fighter. Let's not be clear. He's the greatest of all time for a reason, and recognized as such for a reason. Floyd is a part of that tradition. Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hitman Hearns, and the other great cats that came, Aaron Pryor, and a lot of other jokers that came before him in the 70s. Mark Breland, jokers that came in the 70s and 80s. So, you know what I'm saying? And that was a big thing. And I hope the best for Mayweather, who will pull it out, as far as I'm concerned. Big up to both of them for being masters in their art.
No doubt. As a match, Mayweather might pull it out. I think that'll be the greatest win he'll have, and what have you. But we'll see. I mean, honestly, people had talked so much trash, but I honestly didn't expect for it to happen until I got the news link from ESPN. The way all this nonsense and whatnot was going down. Let me see what else we got going on here. Because we're starting it off a little on the light side with said news stories. Pardon me, everybody. My laptop is tripping. I'm recording on 2 computers right now since trying out something new in the studio. On the music historical end, RIP to Noel Williams, aka King Sporty, reggae legend, especially here in the United States, Miami, Florida reggae pioneer, and also co-writer with Bob Marley of Buffalo Soldier. He was one of the immigrants who came through to the Miami area as a part of the Jamaica's Trenchtown music scene, and set up a lot of things in terms of labels and whatnot in Florida. He started out as a DJ producer at Clement Coxon Dodd's Studio One label in Kingston, Jamaica during the first wave of ska music and reggae. And then some folks know the Henry Stone label in Florida, and he helped bring through a lot of things and stuff with that. And also, again, co-writer for Buffalo Soldier, one of the most known Bob Marley songs of all time. And this is from, a man who put in a whole lot of work. So for bringing a major label in the independent reggae scene and whatnot to folks in the masses, especially when he came through in the 60s. Big ups and shouts to him and whatnot, and condolences to his friends, family, and more. Let's see here. Try to keep it a little more light because there's a bunch of nonsense going on in the music. 2015 Oscar nominees. Whole bunch of black folks and people of color are mad that it is alabaster white with the racial makeup of folks who got nominated for just about everything in acting, directing, and more, especially when movies like Selma and stuff came out last year. Am I surprised? No. Honestly, no. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not surprised. I mean, nobody has ever looked at the Oscars and Academy Awards what is it? The I Love Negro Awards. And it is so unfair that this time around they did not love Negroes. I mean, it was only been a few years ago where we just got Best Leading Actor and Best Leading Actress nominations, much less winners. And then, if we're going to keep it 100, this is not dissing the talent of the various male and female actors. But it's been for a lot of movies that aren't necessarily progressive in terms of how they put out black folks. Denzel Washington didn't win an award for Malcolm X. He won for being a crazy-ass cop in Training Day. We got, nominations for folks where, bless Lupita and all of them. But it's so we're on the slave tip to win awards. Even with the first hip-hop song. Look, I like My Ratchet. I like 3 6 Mafia. But if 3 6 Mafia had been the first hip-hop group ever to have won the Best Original Song, especially for It's Hard Out There for a Pimp, come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. I was one of those people who was the hip-hop folks won. I was amped about that. Again, I'm a fan of 36, and when I'm in that mood. But I'm this is kind of foolish right here. And with the way things went last year and the way the Oscars and the Academy tends to be, when it's okay, a few black folks won this time, they ain't going to have it be the same next year. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So for all this to go down and for the only movie that really had any type of representation for black people getting nominations is Best Picture for Selma, not for actor, not for actress, not for writing, and not for directing. And for a song in the soundtrack, which is a good song by Common and John Legend, I don't know what y'all expect. I don't know what y'all expect. It's like when people get mad at Grammy nominations right now. There's no real hip hop there. Really? You still expect that? I mean, I would love to see a different swing and change, but guys, come on. Come on, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I look at these nominations. I mean, there's movies I've seen and I think are pretty on point and good. I like Michael Keaton. Birdman is a crazy movie. Saw that at E Street Cinema. It was dope. I like Wes Anderson, so I'm sure Grand Budapest Hotel is gonna win something. You know what I'm saying? I saw Gone Girl. That movie is crazy as crap. If you're in a bad relationship, do not see Gone Girl. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's gonna make you paranoid about your partner. The acting was damn good in it, and whatnot. Even with movies of people who weren't of color, I was there was stuff that didn't get nominated. The joke of my man Jake Gyllenhaal, where he was that crazy dude taping actors. I can't remember the title right now. But that movie was insane. I'm like, that white dude ain't get nominated? So, I don't know, man. Like, life ain't fair. So, meh. Whatever. Because even on the cartoon, I'm like, the Lego movie ain't getting nominated. There were some crappy animated movies that got nominated, and the Lego movie ain't getting nominated. So, you know, they defecated the bet on this. What do you expect to go on? Let's see, what else culture-wise has touched base with the public as of late? People are mad at Jay-Z for, I don't think the interview had dropped yet on OWN for the Oprah Winfrey Network, where he was essentially kind of trying to say that, you know, hip-hop has made more of a cultural impact than certain civil rights stuff in the modern era. Let me see here. One of the quotes that a lot of people have gotten on his back on is, racism has been taught in the home. I truly believe racism is taught when we're young. So it's very difficult to teach racism when your kid looks up to Snoop Doggy Dogg. Now, hip-hop has done a lot of stuff for people in a lot of ways, ever since its inception, depending on what your definition is, in the early to mid-late 70s to the present. What hip-hop has not done has made a lot of race relations on a huge level better. A lot of Black American cultural imports have not done that. There have been mainstream Americans, aka white Americans, who have listened to jazz, blues, rock and roll, funk, all of that to hip-hop, who have been and still are racist as hell. The Black person is just an entertainer. They're just a marker of what is cool and what is to follow. And does not mean they're going to go down the street and treat that regular Black person like they cool. Because both of y'all listen to the same radio station or gone to the same music festival or whatever have you. Now, I would like to see this old masterclass more in detail, because I think, of course, a lot of these articles are going to pull out what sticks out the most to say. But it is, at bare minimum, a really naive statement just to be like, well, I'm on the Billboard top whatever, so that's going to make a difference. This kid listens to Negroes, so everybody's going to have to love Negroes. No. That's not how life has worked. When it does, things will probably be a whole lot better. I mean, look at how especially with how everything has gone within the past year with these issues of police brutality, folks bringing up race and class more, protests and all of that. You see a lot of people who probably own the entire Jay-Z discography who are like, I don't like the N-words over there protesting. Or what those N-words making a big deal of. And what have you. So, yeah, I hope to see more of this type of thing. And I also know that Jay-Z is a businessman, so that brother is beyond saying anything truly controversial. I think he's a little too in corporate pockets, which he has the right to be. People do whatever the hell they want with their lives. But, yeah, man, like, with a lot of his statements, he's extremely neutral. And extremely on the egotistical tip, which, again, that's his life. He has the right to be that way. But, well, we'll see what goes down with that. Plus, honestly, this is Oprah. This is OWN. Oprah ain't gonna have no Negro saying nothing that's gonna really make nobody scared. You know, hard work and stuff helps out, but also not being a scary Negro makes people money. Let's keep it 100. So, we'll see what's up with that. Let me see here. One more cultural thing, so we'll get to a few political joints and whatnot, and get into this week's music mix. So many people sent me this stupid story via USA Today, and I had to read it, and I'm like, this is not The Onion. This is not a parody paper. This is what's supposed to be a mainstream media outlet I'm supposed to take semi-seriously. Essentially, there was this article talking about giving big up to this white guy by, the name of Kevin Morris, who there's like, you know what, he had such a hard time putting out books about middle-aged older white men and getting his book published. Isn't that a struggle? Older white men have stories to tell too. And I think I put it on the Facebook, official Facebook page. I know it's on my page, and it got a whole bunch of commentary or whatever. And shouts out to Chuck Dragon Black Collins of the Bounce comic. He was the first person who had it on his wall, and I was like, are you serious? And I'm sitting here and I'm reading it a few times, and I'm like, so as a Black American woman Am I supposed to feel sorry for this white man who didn't have somebody sweat him to tell some story about other white men? Because in America, we have never had white men be able to tell their story. They're just so oppressed that nobody's even trying to hear what they're going to say, much less pay a check to hear what they're going to say. Like, get the entire hell out of here, yo. Like, I'm just looking at this and I'm like, and then the story had the nerve to be there, like, well, at first he had to self-publish, and then he just happened to meet one of his boys who, works for, South Park and these other things, and now he's with a bigger label, and white folk get to tell more of their story. Hooray! And I'm like, now, God bless the internet. There were so many opinion pieces who just tore into this and whatnot. And they were like literally doing like pictorial things of Ausar Ra's Wham Wham joint or whatever. But I just had to look at this. I'm like, I gotta talk about this because this is like so ridiculous. So I'm just like, so because you weren't as spoiled of a rich white man to tell your story, and you had to whine to somebody who had the nerve to publish this nonsense, and it had to be taken serious like a few days before the Martin Luther King holiday. I don't got time for your rich white man tears. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Jesus Christ. You had to do some real work. Boo-hoo. But yeah, I saw that. I was just there like, yeah, so listen.
You say, well, nobody want to hear my story. Might not have no freaking soul, but
yeah, I don't got time for white man tears. Especially rich white man tears who were just like, oh, no, nobody wanted to hear my story and pay for it today. But then through my wonderful connections, I was able to get it on a bigger platform than Amazon.com self-publishing. Yeah, shut the hell up.
Bootstraps, pull yourself.
that ain't supposed to be for them though, but anyway.
Pull yourself.
That's supposed to be the propaganda we're supposed to fall for. Equality and crap. Let me see here. Last cultural joint. Something I think that's cool, and I saw Ryan talk about this earlier. Big up to the folks of Run the Jewels, man. Like Killer Mike and LP at the age they're at, which is like, the 30s to 40s, are probably doing some of the best of most of their contemporaries in independent hip hop right now.
No doubt.
Like, these cats are doing it up, man. I know they're opening at Madison Square Garden for Jack White at the end of the month, and that's gonna be a big major show. They said Jack. They said Jack White asked for it, like, yo, can y'all please open up my show? And I'm like, independent, signed the mass appeal, no major labels, no nothing. They're performing on all these late night shows. We were actually on stage with them last year over in Toronto for North by Northeast and whatnot. They've been touring all over the country and internationally. And they're at the point where even Marvel Comics, and people know, well, if you're new, you don't know, but I'm a relative comic book geek since I was younger to the present. Like, even Marvel Comics was like, yo, we need to ask, can we please do this can we please do like a Run the Jewels parody covers and whatnot for their major runs of stuff, including the Deadpool series and whatever. And I know I linked to it, but like on Verge and some other thing, they show like the in Rolling Stone or wherever they show it. And I'm just there like, these cats are like, can we please draw our major characters, like our Guardians of the Galaxy characters and whatnot, doing this like Run the Jewels hand signal joint or whatever. And the art looks dope too. So I'm just there like, big up to y'all, man. Like, for me, success as a creative is being able to live your dream and be able to eat all right while you're fully expressing yourself. I think sometimes in the realm of hip hop, heads forget that, it's not necessarily all about, showing fake bling or fake persona or whatever. Be able to get up in the morning, go to the studio, do all other type of stuff, and still be able, to have family, do help for your community or whatever while you're doing you. Especially at an age where it's put out there that you're supposed to give up on what you're doing. Or after a while, you're supposed to be like, whatever. These cats have been in for a smooth 20 plus years professionally, each, and whatnot. That's what's up, man. So, like, every time I see stories with them, I'm like, that's cool. Plus, they're cool people on top of it as well. So, it's not like me just being a fan of their music. I'm like, I've been acting with both of these cats at various times, and I'm like, there's never no, snobby attitude or sedity attitude or weirdo vibe or nothing. So, see, and like, when I see them perform, they have fun. sometimes you go to these shows of anybody of any music, but sometimes, like for me, I go like hip hop joints as of late. And I'm like, sometimes these folks ain't having no fun. These cats are literally like, I'm living the best life ever type of vibe. And I did it like, we just get to do us, and what people told us that we're crazy as hell, but we can still do it, and we made it happen. And that's cool. So big up to them, man. Like yeah, I think I do have it on the FuseBox Radio page. If I don't, I'll put it up there. But I saw them join. I was there like that time. Mark was like, "Can we please do this?" They're asking these cats to do it, and this is not like no greasing the wheels type of steez. So that's cool. But yeah, that's about it. Plus, there's the Run the Jewels 3 album that's gonna be in recording soon. So that's what's up. Let me see here. All right, so we started off 2015 on that end of stuff.
2015.
And yeah, we gotta get a little. We'll talk about this. Oh, well, one more cultural thing, because this kind of threw me off. NBC is developing an Underground Railroad series and musical with Stevie Wonder. I don't know how the hell to feel about this. I don't know. I saw this through the Hollywood Reporter, and I'm like, because I have two beefs. For one, there are so many stories Black America can tell, and while I think it is needed for us to talk about slavery and other type of things, personally, I think it needs to be more graphic than 12 Years of Slavery. I think some people visually, for the first time, they were like, well, damn, it was real like that. I'm kind of tired of like damn near everything being developed, either being, that's one bit I'm going to talk about a little bit, something like Empire, which I'm going to rant about in a hot second, or about freaking slavery or civil rights, where it's like, only those three things, there's like nothing in between. Now, these are stories that need to be told, and if it's told properly, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather have this than a Roots reboot, or whatever. This being said, a musical, I don't need an Underground Railroad musical. I don't need nobody bursting into song while they're escaping massa or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I like Stevie, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see how this goes down. But when I think the end musical part messed with me more. Because I'm like, when are you going to burst into song? I don't need to hear any more sad Negro spiritual remixes or whatever.
I mean, I hope the best for it. When I see Stevie Wonder, who is obviously a great artist, great conductor of energy, so that we can hear these tones and moves and sounds. But Underground Railroad was Black people escaping tyranny and terrorism. That was terrorism having Black people. So I don't know. When I think of that, I don't necessarily think of Stevie. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I think we had to. We were involved in song and religion for the sake of release. Even though a lot of us were involved in that, we weren't necessarily Christians. We just had that in the front. But I think, in that way, Stevie could be good because he can kind of show the good side of us in our realm of expression artistically. And from that angle. But I think it should have an edge. Because there were a lot of Negroes who were scared to run. So these were brave Black people, fearless and very rugged. Similar to modern street people. So I mean, they're just gonna need a little bit of edge. But I hopefully, and it's on NBC, so ain't a whole lot of real Black folk ever came through NBC. Which probably show only lasted 4 episodes. So and he wasn't the realest of Black men. And so I hope the best though. So I hope the best for any African American, and I don't want any African American who exists to do is I'm ever putting them down on any level. Or at the same time, I just it's a musical, so I guess it's got to be upbeat, and nobody wants to leave something feeling sad. To keep the edge in it, because that was our strongest people having escaped federally sanctioned terrorism on Black people through the form of slavery.
No doubt. Like, again, I don't know, miniseries, yeah, if it's done right, it can get off. Musical, where are you going to sing? And maybe that's my thing. Maybe I'm just not seeing it deep enough. But I don't know, man. Like everything, I hope for the best if it actually develops and stuff, but whatever. Speaking of musicals, I saw they're trying to do another revisit of The Color Purple on Broadway, and they're trying to have Jennifer Hudson played Suge Avery, and I'm like, absolutely not. One thing that's whether you like the movie or not, that's a very iconic role. And God bless Jennifer Hudson. She can sing, and she's a decent actress, but I don't know if she's gonna be able to get that off a certain way. You know what I mean? And I just looked at her and I'm like, absolutely not. That's gonna be hard to do. I mean, who knows? It might be good or whatever, but I saw that through an EUR web, and I was just like, yes, straight face, but we'll see. And lastly, on the cultural end of Empire on Fox. I saw the first episode, and various people saw me ranting about it on Facebook. I think it is a crappy show. Not necessarily because of stereotypes, because it's a soap opera, so there's going to be broad characterizations and what have you, and all that. When you see the commercial, you pretty much know what it's going to be about. You know what I'm saying? You got, my peoples from Hustle and Flow back in the movie, like it's Hustle and Flow, the elder years, or whatever. Run the label, with Taraji P. Henson, Oxon Hill High, alumni, such as myself or whatever. And what's that nigga who always plays like a sneaky thing? Terrence Howard and whatnot. But I watched that first episode. I'm like, you know what? If you're going to give me broad stroke characters and stereotypes, this needs to look good and needs to have a basic decent story. And the story is terrible. The acting was terrible. You got my poor girl who after she was in American Horror Story Coven, old girl who played Prince, I can't think of her, Gabourey Sidibe. Up in there looking a hot mess as a secretary.
A hot mess.
A hot mess. Like whoever styled her for that show, I'm like, white folks with American Horror Story series styled her better than y'all did. This is terrible. Or whatever. And you got like 90 million random storylines that ain't make no type of damn sense. Like, you got a gay son who you literally had a flashback where you threw that brother in the trash. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? You got, the stiff looking black. You got the stiff looking brother with with the white chick. No doubt. You had little side dudes, and y'all did your little drug thing back in the day, and there's like some bootleg King Lear nonsense. We trying to decide which son is gonna go and take over when you die. You also just happen to have ALS, so nobody needs to dump a ice bucket on you. So you got all this other nonsense going on. Your girl was in jail for however long. Y'all fighting. And I'm just here like, what the hell is this, yo? It was a struggle to watch that show. And I'll give most stuff a chance. I'm sitting here like, you know what? I'm gonna do this because I like my bit of trashy TV. I like my bit of goofball stuff. Lord knows anybody follows me on Facebook and you see half the mess I watch on Netflix, but it's not serious. It's stuff that's all over the place. But I'm looking at this like, are black people that desperate for broadcast TV appeal? I mean, we're doing our thing a lot more in the cable realm and whatnot, whether it's comedy, drama, whatever have you. But when Tyler Perry's the haves and have-nots has better acting than this joint, there is such a serious problem. And then for a show that's about music, because it's supposed to be about a family and a music industry or whatever, the music was goddamn terrible. Terrible. And with us being in various parts of the music industry, we know there's parts of it. Yeah, music is terrible, people are terrible, but holy crap. You're trying to have people buy the soundtrack to Empire with this trash that y'all did? Bruh. Nah, I mean, if it gets better, God bless them. But for my personal opinion, screw Empire, yo. Empire can go somewhere.
I saw an episode last night or the night before, and I'm not gonna get too deep. I just want to say big up to the performers on there for doing their thing, because performers want to be seen and get paid for doing what they're doing. So big up to them on that.
Fair enough.
I felt more impelled to check the show out again when I saw Taraji P. Henson and her showing herself, and they brought in Malik Yoba on that joint, and to me,
I'll give him props. He was actually one of the few people who was good at it.
To me, Taraji P. Henson, her fine self, and Malik Yoba added legitimacy as far as I was concerned. Now, Terrence Howard's a bad dude. Everything I see him in, I like. But without getting into detail, I will check the show out again. And big up to Malik Yoba. I mean, that's all New York right there. But and big up to Terrence Howard, of course, Taraji P. Henson for putting it down. And I got certain questions about it, but I'm gonna let the show go on and see what happens. And I'm just happy that those performers are getting the spotlight to shine. Period.
Well, shout out to folks giving checks. I'll give everybody that much, you know what I'm saying? But from what I saw, this is on the pure critical level. Lord, y'all need to get better. Please, please, please get better. I mean, we got Blackish on the comedy end. That had his little rough patch too, and it got way better with Lawrence Fishburne and Anthony Anderson and all of them. So maybe this is going to be that way too, you know what I'm saying? But I was pissed. Ausar being nicer to me, I was pissed. And, well, Taraji, I'll give her props too, because she's hamming it up, but she's hamming it up to a T. So I hope the storyline structure gets stronger, because she was doing some wild stuff on that first episode. And it was kind of like, yeah, I believe you're a crazy broad, so we'll see what's good. Alrighty. See, we didn't go too heavy at the beginning. I know sometimes we get a little heavy. Now we gotta get a little heavy. So there's no real smooth way to transition into a few things, but we'll do that right now. We'll get heavy on the lighter stuff first, and there's one or two more things. Some decent news in our political arena. President Obama here in the States has renewed the push for a law for paid time off for workers, so it's guaranteed paid time off. From federal agencies and advanced workers and beyond for 6 weeks of paid sick leave. I hope that goes down.
No doubt.
Because another thing we were just talking about before we got to the studio earlier is that when you don't have stuff like benefits,
no doubt,
life is a totally different world. And we've both been on that side of the fence.
No doubt.
Whether you go get your health care and you pay that copay instead of that atrocious amount these places do. To you just being able to be like, yo, I feel like crap, I can take off and not have my check get jacked up, or go to work sick and sluggish. So with this new realm of Congress, it's gonna probably be a fight with the mostly Republican-led House and Senate. But I'm glad to see folks go through and try to make that happen. Personally, in a perfect world, there'll be an executive order and everybody would shut up, but that's not how things go. But I think that's a little bit of relatively good news. Also on the relatively good news end, before Attorney General Eric Holder gets out of office, he seems like he's going a little ham right now on some things which were needed. First and foremost, he's going forward to limiting the seized asset sharing process. And that's pretty much like if you get arrested, they can take your property or whatever, and sometimes, not give it back or prove that you even committed a crime. And right now, he's officially barred local and state police from using federal law to seize cash, cars, and other property without proving a crime occurred. There's a lot of states that'll do stuff like that, and they just be, you just be asked out. Like somebody could take some cash money. You got let's say you have one of these jobs where you get more cash. Oh, you carry a little too much cash, so you must be doing something illegal. You might not ever get your cash back.
So in other words, he's stepping in on a situation where he knows historically there's been people who could press that button because they knew they could get away with it because they were on the side of the state, on the side of the police. And it would take a person on the inside to know that goes down.
Exactly. The Washington Post, I think about a month ago, had a really in-depth series about it. And yeah, it's wild. There's especially these little pole donkey type towns or whatever. Folks will literally run up and snatch up your stuff, and you cannot do a damn thing but just be functioning and running around. And guess who that happens to the most though?
African Americans.
Ding, ding, ding. You know what I'm saying? So
when you hear people saying that in the rap records, that's another person saying it, but who's on their side, saying it that they will do things that ain't right or it's not provable to make people upset, to be able to make them rap records or protest in the beginning.
No doubt. And just to show how much money this has brought into various states and other things, since 2008, thousands of local and state agencies made more than 55,000 seizures of cash and property worth $3 billion. $3 billion.
So in other words, that's a way of taking money from black folk and without there being maybe a legal recourse.
No doubt. And with this too, they can take your stuff, when you see police auctions and stuff, and people will sell things, or they'll just sell things on their own or whatever, the agencies that would take stuff would be able to get 80% of the proceeds. So, imagine that you got like, you got yourself a nice new car, whatever. Somebody's like, you look too black today or whatever, or too male today or whatever have you. They take your joint. Out of that, like 30 G's, I can get like about $25,000 from that. That's a nice little bit of money if you ain't a billionaire or whatever. So to see folks try to make a difference with that, I think is cool. Also, Attorney General Holder is trying to step up the statistics being taken in terms of police killings. Because as wild as it seems, especially within the past year, there is no real official record or real official accurate record of police killings in this country of any kind, justified or unjustified. So, he's talking about that like, a lot louder and whatnot too. Maybe it's because he just got them few months left, but I'm like, bro, you should have been doing this a long time ago, but I'm glad it's being done. And at the very least, with all this craziness, I'm glad somebody's listening and not, totally trying to status quo it up. Now we got to get to a little bit of nonsense. First and foremost, we're going to be getting within the next year or so into another presidential election cycle. And this means all the loonies and crazies are coming out, including us having to use a term that we haven't used since the last election a whole lot, which is politicoons and politicoonery. Coons in politics. And, Dr. Ben Carson, God bless him for his surgical techniques and everything else. He has made big differences in that type of realm. He has been a fool on the political end. He's been essentially on the quote-unquote conservative Republican side of things, where it's like, bro, you're older than my mom's, and you're pushing a whole bunch of weird racial nonsense because you say you're a quote-unquote Christian. But anyway, this man is contemplating a bid for the Republican president's nomination, which is already bad enough. Following in the realms of like Alan Keyes and that 999 weirdo that last time, and whatever have you. He held up the Islamic State, the ISIS militants, for their willingness to die for their conviction at a time where he said many Americans are prepared to give up their own values. So let me get this straight. A whole bunch of religious zealots get propped because they're standing for their own values, and apparently, quote-unquote, real Americans are. One thing, this is an ignorant and stupid comparison. And secondly, what American values? What American values do you mean? Because for a lot of folks who like waving that American value flag around, that means everybody except rich white men can go somewhere. And to do a direct quote from this Republican National Committee luncheon that he had, he quote-unquote recalled the courage of militiamen during the American Revolution. Talking about what have we got? We got ISIS. They got the wrong philosophy but are willing to die for what they believe, and we're busily giving away every belief and value for the sake of political correctness. And, political correctness is like, hey, everybody get the truth. But okay, you want to keep kicking that nonsense. Carson said too many Americans have been cowed into silence and urged Republicans to not fear criticism for standing for their own beliefs. It is so important that we be the kind of people who are bold in our expressions. Don't be chicken livers, whatever the hell that means. And whatnot. The only benefit about him saying this crazy nonsense is that hopefully his ass will even get to the primaries by the time this goes down. Because, bruh, everybody can have whatever political belief they want. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be a part of this country. Wave the flag, stereotypical, God bless America, trademark, etc., etc. This being said, though, you're sounding more extreme than some of the most extreme white guys in politics right now. That's a pretty big extreme the way our political system is presently. Like, there's a thing with Black Americans sometimes, I think, where they just trying too hard to belong. No matter what the group is. Like, folks like him and Clarence Thomas, y'all trying, and like Don Lemon, like, y'all trying too hard to belong. You're going even harder than like the white folks you're trying to belong with, and they're just there like, we can just use you as a tool right now to you can bounce. You know what I'm saying? And like, when you have like some diehard Republicans looking at you like, what the blankety blank are you talking about, bro? You're on a whole different plane. So they're like, okay, look, we ain't going that far. We had this crazy Negro say he could think he's a part of our crew while he does cleanup later on for us. So, Dr. Ben, yeah, man, you done great things for surgery and the medical field or whatever, but And can you please go away? Some of y'all just need to go away. You're being embarrassing. And I think this for me personally, being my age range, when I see people actually grew up during like the struggle period eras, like segregation was real. Like we look at it, we look like, wow, that's a historical thing. Like folks like my mom who were in her 60s, and other folks, they're like, no, that nonsense was real. That was life until most of us were like adults. The half cats who came up in that, and they're just trying to spit this, I need to be a strict constitutionalist where that means Negroes are 3/5 of man and all that. It's like, if you're trying too hard. You know, I'm sorry somebody pushed you in the mud back in the day, or, you know, called you darky or whatever, who was black and all that, but you gotta let that trauma go as an old ass man. That bitch reality. But I saw that and I was like, bro, do better. Do better, please. Let's see here. Photography cat? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get into that. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. And now we'll talk about I'll talk about this New York thing later on, and we'll talk about the Florida thing. We'll wrap it up. Two big international situations happened this past week. Both tragedies, both handled differently by the mainstream media. First off, since we are a black media outlet, we're going to have the black folks first. In Nigeria, another horrible massacre has occurred where Boko Haram, a group of folks who say they're Islamic militants over there, essentially damn near wiped out a village of over 2,000 people and whatnot. By any definition, an extreme tragedy and act of violence for no reason, men, women, children, all that, literally just wiped out. Even with satellite images that you see where the village used to be. You need to see like there's a whole bunch of crazy destruction and whatnot. Some folks who are on the ground there saying like it's some of the most atrocious stuff they see in the modern era. And wanted to turn like this dead bodies and all that. Now some folks have heard of Boko Haram before due to the kidnapping of a lot of young girls from schools over there last year. A lot of which still have not been found or scattered all over the place. And whatnot. And in terms of the United States mainstream media, it's been pretty silent about that. It's been pretty silent. Like, actually, the first folks who contacted me about stuff, you know, God bless our Facebook folks, Twitter folks, and the people who email us different things to talk about. Some of our homies from the UK have sent me a story about it from The Guardian newspaper. And, you know, I saw stuff in Al Jazeera, the BBC, and other type of stuff. And I go to look at a lot of our mainstream joints, and you had to dig around for it. You had to dig around for the story. Like it was not front page. It was not that. You know, you just like, damn, that's 2,000 damn people. Then the course of a day or two, wiped out and whatnot. And I'm like, you know, sadly, this is not the first time. You know, our mainstream media has shown that they don't care about black folks when they're in their own corner internationally until it's made a big deal through other news and whatnot. Another story happened during the same week where at a French publication that is known for satire and editorial, Charlie Hebdo, had a small group of folks who say they're Islamic militants run through their offices and kill various journalists and cartoonists there. And that over here in the U.S., looking at the mainstream media, big major news story. I don't like quantifying them, but definitely not as many people died and whatnot. But this is supposed to be the big cause of celebrity for everybody to back up and be a part of. Now, for me, both things are tragedies, but for two completely different reasons. Now, I know there are some folks who are like, you know, need to be like, you know, I am Charlie, just be Charlie, or whatever. And I can't say that. And I'll say why I personally can't say it. I am big for freedom of the press. I am big for freedom of speech. And on both those ends, you run the risk of hurting somebody's feelings or making somebody mad or pissy at you, whatever. I believe it's a right that we all are supposed to have. And to me, for somebody to try to silence you because you rub them the wrong way is an act of cowardice and a tragedy, and I'm not for that. So for the sake of somebody trying to silence a voice through just the strict realm of violence, I think it is sad. You know what I'm saying? This being said, Charlie Hebdo is kind of a, satire paper for assholes. And this after doing research. They do the South Park treatment, but it's like 1,000 times harsher. You know what I'm saying? Like, they go after everybody, but it's like real, this is going to piss people off type of stuff. And for what it does as a publication, I personally cannot support the publication. This does not mean that you are doing some brave act by running up in a journalist's office during an editorial meeting, guns blazing and what have you, shooting, because it is not a proper tactic, even if you believe in the realm of violence. It's not going to advance anything militarily. It's not going to advance your cause or make your cause seem like it is worth the while. If anything, as we have seen, for people who are already, anti-Muslim, it's going to make them more anti-Muslim. It's going to reinforce certain political leanings and viewpoints that are going to make it even more so. And, most people, regardless of whatever they follow spiritually in their life, they just want to live their life. The people, they don't want to do a whole bunch of crap. Everybody ain't an extreme. They're going to be like, look, I just want to go forth about doing my day, and I just pray a different way to do it. And, I do whatever else. And for me, with Charlie Hebdo situation, I'm like, it has made things, especially talking to our friends in Europe, personally and otherwise, it has made things 1,000 times worse for people who are not leaning into the far right-wing realms of political thought. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has increased that vibe with people. And I am extremely anti that vibe. And you see these big marches and all that type of stuff. You got people like, I need to buy the latest Charlie Hebdo that, makes fun of the Prophet Muhammad and all this other type of stuff. I'm like, you're kind of upping the jackass ante that you probably already had within yourself. I'm not big on making fun of religion or spirituality, personally. I do believe people have the right to, but it's a very dangerous territory. And when I look at things like this, I feel that it's more trying to make people hate somebody, regardless of however I feel about said religion or spiritual path. It's pushing more hate than any kind of understanding, than any other kind of whatever. And that, to me, overall is not cool, because if it can happen over there, I am not Muslim, or whatever. It can happen on any other level. We think some jackass in America ain't gonna try that if it looks like it's successful. Like, I don't like these Negroes talking about liberation theology. Let me go to this publication and kill them. And then maybe I can try to silence them. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type who actually believes if you need to commit violence to make somebody believe in your cause ain't worth a damn. I agree. If you can't convince them. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't like the hypocrisy of the situation here where, America's like number 37 from the press freedom, so we ain't number 1. So I ain't gonna get that big of a damn high horse or whatever about it. But I don't like the hypocrisy of people that like, we need to be about freedom of speech when certain news items are talked about here, whether it's within our country or beyond. You're talking about freedom of speech, but you're ignoring the massacre of 2,000 black people in a country in Africa, where this is not the first situation this has happened. You know what I mean? I'm not for pushing an agenda that ultimately is going to be for not liking people who don't quote unquote look like you in a Eurocentric viewpoint and whatnot. So while I'm big for freedom of press and speech, and while I despise anybody who tries to hurt somebody for expressing themselves and whatnot in the way they see fit, I cannot say it's just sweet Charlie. I can't do that. I can be like, this is a tragedy because I'm a human being and I have a heart that this happened. But I can't do that, and I can't, be on this big press wave where it's like, we all got to fight against so-and-so, so you're not even trying to fight to do real press freedom here in the way it's supposed to be. I'm a black person in the country where I had to take damn Twitter hashtags for folks to be like, oh, Black Lives Matter, hashtag Black Lives Matter. Damn, we see this a lot on Twitter. Maybe we need to talk about it on the news, and then you just talking about it in the first damn place. Instead of you believing that lives here matter, and Lord knows we don't think that Black American lives matter here. We saw what happened with Black Nigerian lives. That ain't matter. The few rich folks who died, their lives mattered more than 2,000 black folks there. Their life mattered more than Michael Brown's. That's just past year. It mattered more than Trayvon Martin's death. It mattered more than all these other folks who have died. And that to me is just something that is disgusting.
One thing I think is, a couple things interesting about this, we won't get too long in this and continue on, is that religion is a very sensitive thing to people. Think about certain artists, rap artists, whatever artists, who stepped away from doing music because of religion. That's a strong conviction to walk away from money or walk away from something because you believe that because you're an energy or a spirit that you don't necessarily have to do too many things to keep yourself wrapped up into matter or into the matrix that will keep you maybe strengthen your spiritual man, your spiritual self, so when you leave from here, you're not necessarily fettered or bound by things of anger, hatred, or desire. And I say that so when people say things about religion in a making fun of way, you know, you're getting at the really the deeper aspects of a person's being. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a strong conviction. Now, people a lot of times they think about church folk or Muslim and Jews who are not necessarily about the business, and so therefore they kind of write off on anything spiritual or they're really being an afterlife, and that's a mistake to do that. Temples were erected thousands of years ago that commemorated or celebrated the aspect that we had an afterlife, and that this was just a journey for us to learn so we could be better for the next dispensation, the next aspect of our being, the next life. Fast forward. Now, when you got individuals, now that's a paper in France. For people who don't know their history, France had the most colonial possessions. In other words, they took more land from anybody else in Africa than everybody else did. Now, and so so people in France, in this French newspaper, are going to say things about people who are not French and who are not the mainstream Muslim religion of France. So to me, that's racism from the door. And you got to think about the people who are hearing this. They know that France is in control in a lot of countries in Africa, and they prop up the leaders and they buying up the land and milking the natural resources. So when these people are hearing that, they're hearing people talk about them who are still doing things in their countries, whether it's Africa or Asia. So they're going to take that more as an offense than just the religion. Oh, now you're talking about our country, and then also our, maybe our genetic orientation, because most of us don't look like you, even though not all of them not all of them were black who were the shooters. But it's kind of an interesting thing, and I think that it's the hypocrisy aspect of it. And of course, I don't necessarily believe that at the same time that they should be killing a journalist. But it's interesting that a racist country in a racist newspaper are going to say racial and anti-God and religious things, and expect that the energy they put out would not be reciprocated by another energy. That's not how it works. But at the same time, we don't want to see people getting killed for no other reason than people being scared to speak up against other people because of any violence that they may be given in return for that. But life goes on, and we all try to get it right and make it better.
No doubt. And let me see here. One more little quick story, then I'm gonna try to end this on the up note because I had to switch stuff up because, like I said, our past month was just there like, so Black America sucks, and let's keep it moving. I didn't want to start off the show that way. Mm-hmm. But some parts of Black America still do suck, and we gotta talk about that. News story that popped up on my radar by a few folks today. We all know that folks do target practice and whatnot when they go to the gun range and whatnot. And of course, this would have to be Florida. This story has happened. NBC6 had reported that cops in North Miami Beach were caught using photographs of real people for target practice. And guess who these mugshots were of that were real people? Black American males from Black American males from their mugshots. And people found out and naturally were extremely displeased.
Florida has a lot of other ethnic groups other than black people. And their photos weren't up there.
Wow. And they got this picture of the joint that how people found the National Guard troops who had went to the shooting range, the Medley Firearms Training Center, and went up there. They found bullet-riddled targets of black men apparently left by North Miami Beach snipers. So first and foremost, shout out those National Guard troops who were like, what the hell is this? But then they were like, let's show these Negroes too, and whatever, on the thing and reported it to people. Sergeant Valerie told NBC that she was speechless after finding one of the targets was her brother, Woody Dent, who had been arrested and sentenced for 4 years in jail in 2000 for an illegal drag race that ended up killing 2 people. So, due to the stars aligning at the time, A, you had honest National Guard troops who were like, this is some nonsense. And B, this one woman was like, look at that target. She's like, so y'all pretty much should've got a virtual version of my brother, right? And you go ahead and look at this situation. And we usually hear about targets that are commercially produced. They're computer generated. They are not mugshots of folks, much less of a whole bunch of dark-skinned Negro mugshots. And as one person on my Facebook said in all sarcasm, they were like, did they tell them that shoot he has a gun before they shot him or whatever have you? Like, it kills me to see stories like this and to have folks at the same token, really throughout the past few months, be like, wow, y'all are trying to act like black folks are victims or whatever. Y'all are stressing out too much about it. All these police people and whatever. It's like, of course all police people aren't. But when you have people who do stuff like this, it needs to be called out. Just as a human being, I'm talking to somebody else on the personal. I'm gonna call out myself with my own damn radio show and whatnot. And this is a joint here, and Florida already has a crazy reputation in terms of anybody over there. I don't even know as a part of the state, poor white folks. Florida is a crazy state. There's a reason why there's literally Florida sections on websites where they talk about news. And post Trayvon Martin or whatever. If you see something like this, you're just like, wow. So you really want me to believe that the law enforcement community is on the up and up when they do stuff like this? Okay. But black folks are tripping though when people march in the street or try to raise the issue that some of this law enforcement thing is a little jacked up. There's still racism in this country. We're just not being hung at by trees as easily or whatever have you. This story was a trip, man. And I don't know, man. We got a long way to go. And let me see here. Let me try to end this on a little bit of an upper note. I've been on Netflix a lot recently. Cable has been kind of cruddy and whatnot in terms of my entertainment. And then when I tried to watch regular TV, I saw Empire. So, not a big bit of encouragement for my TV viewing pleasures. ESPN put out The U Part 2 as part of their 30 for 30 series. We talked about, the sports folks who won at the University of Miami back in the 80s and 90s. And it's pretty damn good. So I will highly recommend that joint. And whatnot. I think I talked about Black Mirror last time, but I'll reinforce it if you like sci-fi things. Even though the endings, I will warn you, I'm not going to give away any plot details because Black Mirror is kind of like the Twilight Zone, but it's more Britishy and it's like a darker times 1,000. It's not even a gory series, the majority of it, but the jacked stuff that happens, you'll be like, you'll be like, that's effed up. There's 6 episodes of it on Netflix. Every episode I've watched, I was like, holy crap. And I'm not easy to throw off on certain things in terms of suspense or horror or whatever. A lot of people have probably already heard about the first episode. I'm not going to give it away. But if you watch the first episode, you're like, that's crazy. The other 5 are crazy. You're going to watch those endings and to a degree be like, wow, humanity ain't worth a damn. That's kind of your feeling when you watch certain things. And they have certain crowd scenarios or whatever happen. They're like, wow. Okay, well that was depressing. I'm going to watch a cartoon now, so I feel better about myself and whatnot. You know what? I'll just get the plot synopsis of the first episode. A politician has his daughter kidnapped, and they say that the only way that this politician can get his daughter back is by a certain period of time. He has to go into a closed caption studio, and he literally has to screw an animal. He has to screw it. And they go through this scenario where they're like, okay, this dude got to be kidding. This is crazy. I'm like, wow, they're really not kidding. This shows like all these decisions that people make. And the ending is already crazy. Post credits, it gets even crazier. And then when you see how different people in the country react to this situation, because it's like the prime minister or whatever, it gets bugged out. Like you sit there and watch it, you just like, damn. Well, damn. I'm like, which depressed British person wrote this story? You know what I'm saying? And then there's like a whole bunch of other stories that get into like little different facets of things. Like one thing is about if you can actually record everything that happened in your life and play it back. And that's like a weird story. There's story like there's a whole bunch of stuff in there, but it's cool. Each episode's like about 40-something minutes, so it's not like you'll be sitting there watching it all day. But literally every ending has something where they're like, wow, humanity is trash. I don't know, like I said, what's up with these British folks who are like humanity is trash. There's a few quote unquote good decent people there, but the majority of humanity is on some garbage. But I'm like, damn, drink some tea and take a nap. This is like horror. But it's good sci-fi. It's good sci-fi. I think the regular BBC plays it. And whatnot. Oh, speaking of the BBC with Netflix, y'all better hurry up and re-sign that contract by the end of the month. I've been catching up on all types of dope British series through Netflix, including It Is Elba's Luther series.
That's cool.
Yeah, like that's an extremely dope series. Like people don't sleep on that. You know what I'm saying? I know Hulu and Netflix have that. That was the first I was able to sit down with it. I know BBC America shows it every once in a while too, and what have you. But yeah, like I don't know, man. Like maybe our TV is just kind of sad here in the United States to the broadcasting, but the BBC be on with some various stuff. So yep, sci-fi, Black Mirror for my sports people or people like documentaries in general. The U Part 2, 30 for 30. The original they came out like a year or two ago, and that was really cool. And yeah, man, that's about it. Oh, and if you like sarcastic ass cartoons like me, BoJack Horseman is awesome. Give it a watch. It's actually a bit more touching than you think it would be. Will Arnett literally plays a past his prime actor in the cartoon who's literally a horrible white man, BoJack Horseman, or whatever. And I already know this sounds stupid, but just ride with me with this or whatever. And he was on a sitcom in the 80s, and then that fell off. And they talk about like this dude who's kind of like past his prime or whatever, and certain stuff now. And yeah, it's bugged out. Like it's funny, but they got something good. I'm like, dang, y'all really got a little drama thing going. Like I said, I watched like a part of that during like a day. And I'm like, how do I get this much into this random cartoon? So yeah, like if you like little stuff like that, like if you watch any of the older folk cartoons like Archer, King of the Hill, Bob Burgers, stuff like that, but with a teeny bit more pathos and a little more absurd, I think folks will dig that. So that's cool. But yeah, man, that's about it. We got a lot of music to get into and other things. Glad to be back in the mix for 2015, as always. Right. With our commentary, you don't gotta like everything we say. You don't gotta like anything we say, but if it inspires commentary and thought, we've done our job, and we're happy to do so. Thanks to all the music artists who submit music to us each week. And likewise on that end, we can't necessarily play everything in our span of time, but if your music's up, we're gonna get you in the mix eventually. You know. Get folks to nod their head and stop at their feet. So it's about time for us to get into the music mix, man. 21st Century Radio, FuseBox Radio Broadcast, make it happen. Yep. DJ Fusion.
I saw Raw, Black Hawk. We signing off. Peace. I'm in Raw.
No doubt. Peace.
Yeah. DJ Fusion. Yeah. Yeah. To the break of dawn. 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 All my effects involved. As we get funky, problems will be solved. Everybody knows. This ain't on the pot tip, check it out. What is a panther? An animal that kills. I'm like a shark with blood coming out the gills. You can never in your wildest dreams get a piece of this gangster lean straight from Queens. Strong as liquor that be seen in a limousine. Now you're getting done without Vaseline. Wouldn't bite because your rhymes are punch out. Made another million so competitors bow. Homeboy, hold on, my rhymes are so strong. Nothing could go wrong, so why do you prolong songs that ain't strong? Brother, you did wrong. And got the nerve to have them Star Trek shades on. You can't handle the whole weight. Skin needs lotion, teeth need Colgate. Wise up, you little burnt up French fry. I'm that type of guy. And I'll slam you know just like a sumo. Put them in Pampers, leave my drawers in his hamper. When I'm through, he need a brand new identity. I'm a scooping girls before you lost your virginity. Your jam is just a dreaming MC scheme. Get crushed by LL Fiend. Something like Shaft, put you in a cast. Whoa, you little blood clot boy, you must not know the rep. I keep the MCs a beat sweet, play cheap and free. With a sheet, you need technique. Get rid of that yuck mouth smile. Cause brother, you ain't got no style. Keep on. To the break of dawn. To the break of dawn. Yeah, keep on. To the break of dawn. Hey yo, that's kinda funny, but check this out here. Immaculate styles are used to abuse MCs, so light the fuse and spread the news. You lose to the damage, a microphone manager, coke crush and bruise and bandage your amateur. That amateur swinging a hammer from a body bag. So run and get your camera. Get a flick of the stiff that shot to get swift, but I'm the wrong brother to dance with. Cause I don't need a partner to swing. Keep your eyes on the Cool J ring. Shooting the gift, but you just don't shoot it right. You couldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. Wouldn't throw a rock in a ghost town. So don't try to play post clown. You know the LL's back in town and all the wannabe sheriffs is getting shot down. Give me that microphone, I'ma show you the real meaning of the danger zone. Stop dancing, get to walking. Shut your old mouth when young folks is talking. You little snake in the grass. You swing a hammer but you couldn't break a glass. Give me a lighter, now you cut loose from that Jerry Curl juice. Cool J is back on the map. And when I see you, I'ma give you a slap. That's right, a little kick for that crap. Cause my old gym teacher ain't supposed to rap. Keep on. Yeah. Fuck it up. I said keep on. Check this out. How dare you stand beside me? I'm cool, I freeze ICE on your trail, and I'ma cut that ponytail. You're disobedient with the wrong ingredients, but I'ma drink you down over the rocks while I freak on your album cover jocks. You're gonna hear real ill paragraph soon. I took the cover right home to the bathroom. And the immortal words of LL hard as hell. Your broad wears it well. She's the reason that your record sold a few copies, but your rhymes are sloppy like Oscar, and you're bound to get dropped and stopped. I ain't Murray the cop, no in my feelings, but I got a bag of tricks. Mr. Pusherman, give me a fix so I can show you I'm immune to them romper room tunes. You little hip-hop raccoon, I'm not Scarface, but I want more beef. Before you rap, you was a downtown car thief, working in a parking lot. A brother with a perm deserves to get burned. So tell me how you like your cold cream, on a cone, in a bowl, or in a wet dream, with your TV on channel fuzz. Uncle L, that's how much damage he does. Here's $5, catch a taxi cab, take your rhymes around the corner to the rap rehab. Keep on. To the break of dawn. Yeah. To the break of dawn. I said keep on. Just wanna funk it up a little bit. My man B-Rock just walked in the crib, you know what I'm saying? Over here at my lawn house, it's cooling out. My man Clash in the house. Sipping on his bottles and James premium peach flavored wine cooler. Lounging back. Keep on. Peace. To the break of dawn. 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 To the
Mother.
Sucker. Yeah. Oh, this what you want, huh? Microphone checker. Mother off microphone checker. Keep that grip tight like my Smith & Wesson. Ike with the mic, which is on the turner. Hit you with the hurtful flick of truth like Sojourner. Mother off a microphone eater. Spitting hot, it's hit your dome with the heater. Wouldn't wanna be a dish lyrical for heaters. Got Dragon Balls like my name was Vegeta. Motherfucker, super duper swanking. Chickens still hating, pigs run them for the bacon. Take them to the slaughterhouse, said we bout to order out. Tell them we the badass motherfucker that they heard about. Yes, I guess the word is out. We coming for the top dollar, top rock baller. Since I pop my collar, chickens say they hit us, they ain't never shot nada. Me, I'd rather not snitch up on my own problems. Cause I'm a microphone killer. Especially when my head is gone off that liquor. Specially educated, heavily medicated. Give me that beat and I put you next to Dilla. Flow sweeter than vanilla. Tell these haters beat it, Kent Jackson Thriller. I'm the nigga that you see when you in the mirror. Say my name 5 times, this what I deliver. This some other nigga nuke that I'm dropping. The world in my pocket, puke you out your continent. Always drop hottest, toroidal flow keep constant. And I won't stop till I reach Christ conscious. Which one of y'all chicken really wonder with me? None of y'all chicken. I go out of here. Beach Coast, forever in your area. This some other nigga that I'm dropping. The world in my pocket, kick you out your continent. Always drop hottest, toroidal flow keep constant. And I won't stop till I reach Christ conscious. One chicken.
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
Listen, I'm an equal rights advocate, exceptional with the gift of script and memorizing and stringing together sentences. For me, the art of organizing figures of speech is a cinch. Talent so immense, they envious of my penmanship. Cause my intellect is sharp and perception is accurate. Got male chauvinist seeing not bad for a chick deep. I'm getting down in the literary sense. I'm like, gender should not be the issue when one spits. Recognized and respect when a genius in your midst. Yet mindsets like that get them hostile, intense, defensive. The egos clash instead of blend. Can't fathom women raising a standard, setting a trend. Not a men bashing binge. Really, all I'm saying is discrimination on us overall needs to end. The facts of the matter are clear. My species been in that kind of bondage too many years. Here and ain't going nowhere. It's our turn, we coming for our share. Studio stays to the business affairs. It's time to set the record straight and let them know we are here and ain't going nowhere. The man they start treating us fair. Those who agree throw a fist in the air. Wake them up, make them all aware. While the hands of a dying breed supplying a need to put dignity where it's supposed to be. For us to be girl essence of energy in the industry. Counteract the pornographic imagery effectively. Exposing the motives of the beast. Currently controlling these corporate entities. Blatantly attacking the female psyche. Ceasing for completely misrepresenting me. On the net, Bluetooth screens and magazines. Not cool to be viewed as a piece of meat. Exploiting any lady with low self-esteem. A false depiction of what femininity be. Yeah, I mean, seriously, look what the video vixen portrays off the hook majority of the time. I respect the grind, but the question in my mind is who decides when to draw the line. Hip-hop chicks been eclipsed and downsized. Forced to believe we not relevant to the times. Powers that be promoting just one side, but our presence worldwide is of various kinds. Here and ain't going nowhere. It's our turn, we coming for our share. Studio stays to the business affairs. It's time to set the record straight and let them know we are here and ain't going nowhere. The man they start treating us fair. Those who agree throw a fist in the air. Wake I'ma make them all aware we are here and ain't going nowhere. It's our turn, we coming for our share. Studio stays to the business affairs. Whatever route we got to go to get it, we're prepared. Logical approach, start a network up in here. Census driven numbers, time we unified our peers. See the void filled in the gap, buck stops there. Watch our own backs, chivalry is dead. Break bread on the norm, keep the bond real strong. Won't allow no loose links, any shape or form. Our movement is formed, aggressively going forward. Reason is because we will not be ignored.
DJ Fusion.
Oh, yeah. Right on, blue boy, dipping, uni, digging on the scorecard, digging on the fully sick as the Sunni strap, but I probably pull on a penny, two in common. Boots to the ceiling, boosting the serum, so sincere, boots, new to the feeling. Right on the old same bucket, you hear me, bricks to the fabric of your fiber, bricks, dips, blicks, big, brighter. Bees in the trap, no bees in the hop. Cheese for Jesus, cheese in the nine. Always for OGs, grease in the eyes, crease in the khakis, piece to the side. Forgotten youth when older mutants play Magneto. We believe the strip and never plagiarize their credo. Fashion cutter for the fascists, dirty lipped and truly goony. Looney Tunes, schooly D's come off cartoony. No king, cloak and dagger, lava banger legacy. No anonymity, no forced validity. False hopes, we got close, man. We got ghosts, tough shows and rough roads till every sign said go.
Take the skins, hang them on the walls. Not trophies, just reminders what is left to when we fall, 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 fall.
Yeah, hey, I'm pushing up on your tempo. She two-stone Nintendo. I'm Vince Cerf, she Pink Floyd. I'm jumping out the window. Psych, I'm fly, I float. I ride by, cut my own mode. Get by with my shows. Fam, dismantle thrones. All the in your station. All up in your dark awkward in your Mark Mary conversations. Call them out the park, hanging out in Van Halen cabs in your city. All up in your block opposite the cops. Y'all should all with me. Style like a Cadillac crash with a battle axe handy. Gucci store, fire on the coach horde. In planes, trains, and automobiles. I'm John Candy. Y'all just can't stand me. I make them feel ridiculous. Picking apart they postures. Put together meticulously awful. In the air, hostile. The fingernails, watch them. Sit and stare, box them if I gotta. Panic is the fashion. I arrow to the action. Piper through all types of types like me, y'all ain't with ever.
Go get it, or go and die. You going nowhere, run that shit into the ground. Go get it, or go and die. We go for broke and run that shit into
Struck by lightning with a hand in the sand. Came to with a fist fused in glass. Closed the circuit, skull full of white light. Mouth full of ash, sparks in the pavement, dragging the chain. Anchors off, man, lost it again. Steady on, gotta push through the rain. Weather in the vein, came for this, trained for this. Made for this. Pray they miss duck. Duck, great duck gets up and running. Rest fall back like a bridge in London. Brand new brakes, I never touched it.
Man, you on spin move, you doing too much. Rental car, trick cigar. I'm just laughing while that whole thing blow up. Looking like I'm joking, Noah. Black mask, take your gas money. My name is Sims, but call me David Lynch. I make them act funny. I ain't afraid to change lines. State, date, or face. I'm option 2 when you skate or die and still survive on them baselines. At least for the next 8 months. Then I change up like it ain't much. You do the Roger Rabbit and shape up. Still blabbing about some frame up vision. MM, living great duck prison. Nape, giving way subliminal. Class 1 criminal. Trying to make my stance more pivotal. See what is left is suspect. The Pepsi Gen went crystal punk like dad. Scream rappers dead. I laughed until I lost my chill. I'm really real. Half built to spill, half kill at will. Half shrunk and I get it and my Philly failed. Mill City kid in the field, gritty in the blood, proof in the track. 50 in the tank, on it like a Mac. Truck, roll with a ton on my back. Better back up fast.
Go get it, or go and die. You going nowhere, run that shit into the ground. Go get it, or go and die. We go for broke and run that shit into the ground. And run that shit into the ground. And run that shit.
Hey yo, right now it's a legendary DJ Marley Marl. We on the FuseBox. You know how we get down.
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
When I met you last night, baby.
FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion.
DJ Fusion.
Now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion.
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
You down, puts a smile on your face, anytime, any place. Dancing helps relieve the pain, soothes your mind, makes you happy again. Listen to those dancing feet, close your eyes and let go. But it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Rock you up, rock you up, rock you up. Everybody dance. Clap your hands, clap your hands. 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 Spinning all around the floor, just like Roger and Estelle, who all night without a care. Stepping to our baby tune, all the time, always in too soon. Everybody dancing, lift your feet, have some fun. Come on, everybody get on your feet, clap your hands, everybody screaming. Everybody dance. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody dance. Clap your hands, clap your hands.
a musical path for all to see. Anxiety to ecstasy. I'm a street player. I'm a street player. I'm a street player. Ooh, I'm a street player.
ladies and gentlemen, FuseBox Radio Show.
Yeah, yeah. Did you see these scars? Trying to get through this flesh, making this way to my heart, wanting to destroy what's left. What you saw was at the start of destruction at its best. Is that why you appeared? Cause of what you felt. Cause I could feel your love. It's pulling me back. Brick by brick, your love is building me up. Your strength's so perfect. Now look at me, I'm stronger than I've ever been. Ay, where I am no longer where I've been. Ay, now look at me, I'm stronger than I've ever been. Oh, I'm stronger, and it's all because of you. All because of you. Wait till you see my smile. Wait till you see what's next. Wait till you see this light that's burning through my chest. Hey, watch how high I fly, how fast this feeling spread. Oh, never ever would I thought this would all be available to me again. Oh, but then I felt your love. It's pulling me back, brick by brick. Your love is building me up. Your strength's so perfect. Yeah. Now look at me, I'm stronger than I've ever been. Ay, where I am no longer where I've been. Ay, now look at me, I'm stronger than I've ever been. Yeah, I'm stronger, and it's all because of you've taken everywhere I've been and promised that I never have to go there again. Girl, this time we gon' get a win. 'Cause I'm stronger than I've ever been. Ay, where I am no longer where I've been. Ay, now look at me, I'm stronger than I've ever been. Ooh, I'm stronger, and it's all because of you. All because of you. I'm stronger. She walked out to leave a boy with anything, but I'm strong. I'm still missing pieces after everything, but I'm strong. Can't believe it 'cause she said she'd never leave, but I'm strong. But if she never left, I would've never seen that I'm strong. Yeah. You make me strong. You make me strong. Make me. You make me strong. You took all the pieces that I didn't need, and now I'm free. You make me strong. Oh,
Yo, the Nappy Grand is in the building.
When you were born, the angels sighed into light. They never thought they'd see such a beautiful sight. You took the breath and the world was bright again. Tears were shed, how we had been blessed. And your love, it shines so bright. You bring me back to life, back to life. You make everything right. Oh, and your love, it shines so bright. You bring me back to life, back to life. You got a light inside, light inside. God made you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. God made you beautiful, beautiful. You're beautiful. Well, look at me, you were brought into my life. I kiss those little feet and watch for your perfect smile. And when it comes, the world stops in your eyes. I found love, I found peace of the purest kind. And your love, it shines so bright. You bring me back to life, back to life. You make everything right. Oh, and your love, it shines so bright. You bring me back to life, back to life. You got that light inside, light inside. God made you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. God made you beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Thank God for me. Thank God for giving me a life. God made you beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. God made you beautiful. Beautiful. You're beautiful.
Right here on the FuseBox Radio.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you've always waited for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You've always waited for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a new dark night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You've always waited for this moment to arrive. Blackbird fly, ooh, blackbird fly, blackbird fly, ooh, into the light of a new dark night.
Right here on the FuseBox Radio.
There is a place that is so hard to find. Behind the walls we build inside our minds. Some break the walls, some break the rules, some even get things changed. And when they do, that leads to truth. Yet questions still remain. But all that it's saying, somewhere in life there's a joy to be. Between the hope and reality, they're in a mirror and in the street. That's where you'll find people in search of a light. And word of love, is that a point of view? That when you're alone, it can seem so confused. That's when your friend can pull you in, bring you a helping hand. But what happens when your only friend sells you out in the end? How do you face it? Somewhere in life there's a joy to be. Between the hope and reality, they're in a mirror and in the street. That's where you find people in search of a light. Beyond the sheets of skin, beyond the rules of hate, within the project walls, there is a cry.
search of a life. Somewhere in life there's a joy to be. Between the hope and reality, there in a mirror and in the street, that's where you find people in search of a life, in search of a life. Search of a life. Whoa, people looking for a life. Searching, looking in a bottle.
That's what them do. I try to tell you, that's what them do.
My sugar is gone. I miss him every day. sugar is gone. I miss him every day.
Hey yo, the Nappy Grand is in the building.
Monday afternoon, it's 12:35. I haven't talked to you since we had a fight. I feel so bad, baby. I feel so bad. Yeah. I take it back. Yes, I do. 'Cause I love you, baby. Oh, maybe
Hey yo, the Nappy Grand is in the building.
Coming at you once again. Yeah, it's the one and only. Yeah, the female Mac. Yeah, ooh, baby. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, baby. Story's open, boy. Won't you come inside? Got some goodies on aisle 69. Your appetite for love is what I like. Oh, won't you let me give you some of this chocolate tonight? Feel like sipping on this down tonight. Baby, Hennessy up under candlelight. I like that. Let's go back and let's enjoy the night. I'm that type. One little kiss on my lips will be enough to start it off. You will see, baby. Bring some strawberries and Hennessy. We can make love endlessly. Do it, baby. Strawberries on top of me. Candlelight, a little Hennessy. That's the way my love. The way my love flows. Strawberries on top of me. Candlelight, a little Hennessy. That's the way my love flows. If you could keep it real, right when my body feels good and ready to satisfy your needs. Just when I'm about to let you get inside, I'll be your Mary Jane. Boy, you know I'll get you so high. Feel like sipping on this down tonight. Oh yeah, baby. See you under candlelight. Let's go back and let's enjoy the night. I'm that type. I'm freaky. One little kiss on my lips will be enough to start it off. You will see, baby. Yeah. Like some strawberries and Hennessy. We can make love endlessly. Let's make love, baby. On top of me. Yeah. Candlelight, a little Hennessy. A little Hennessy. That's the way my love flows. On top of me. With strawberries. Candlelight, a little Hennessy. Yeah. That's the way my love flows. Strawberries on top of me. Candlelight, a little Hennessy. Won't you be my freak tonight? Come on, daddy, do me right. Yeah. Strawberries on top of me. Candlelight, a little Hennessy. That's the way my love flows. Got all the right tools to get you hooked. You got to have it. Taste this flavor, now you're feeding it's a habit. You wanna come inside from the rain. This girl's got more game than the little head. It's straight for the top. That's the way it's going down, boo. Once I get my props, I want a little bit of this, little bit of that. Warm the baby oil, cause the female Mac is back with strawberries on top. Strawberries on top of me. That's the way, yeah. On top of me. Strawberries. Strawberries on top of me. That's the way, yeah. I feel like sipping on this down tonight. Maybe Hennessy up under candlelight. Run some over back and let's enjoy the night. I'm that type. One little kiss on my lips will be enough to start it off. You will see, baby.
the streets and a freak in the bedroom. That's me. That's me. Yeah, yeah. She ain't gon' do what I do. A big girl thing, walking mile in my shoes. Cause ain't nobody ever gonna do it like me. And boy, I can give you, yeah, yeah, more than that. I can give you, boy, I can give you more than that. She can walk that talk, I can give you, boy, I can give you more than that. Anything that you need, I can give you, boy, I can give you more than that. Hey,
yeah, girl, you just my type. Got it young and thinking nasty, just for you I bite. Yeah, smooth, nice lips, types of things I like. Till everybody stop hating, let you live your life. Got me feeling in my feelings, but I feel alright. I'm so high, watch me catch your flight. I'ma have to hit up Spike to make sure what's right. Cause if I'm wrong for loving you, then I don't wanna be right. Got me thinking in the morning, you're gorgeous, baby, you're flawless. Even with no makeup on, you still on it. Don't care if you across the world, I still want you. Marry the boy, have my kids, be they mother. TheBomb.com, baby, you the bestest. No regrets on the time we invested. Yeah, you the girl that's in my drinks. You know that nigga love her when you say,
and baby, I can give you, boy, I can give you more than that. More than that. And baby, I can give you, boy, I can give you more than that. She can walk that talk, boy, I can give you, boy, I can give you more than that. More than that. I can give you, boy, I can give you more than that. She can walk that talk, I can give you, boy, I can give you more than that. More than that. And baby, I can give you, boy, I can give you more than that. Anything that you need, I can give you, boy, I can give you, yeah. More than that. I can give you, boy, I can give you more than that. Yeah.
Hey yo, the Nappy Grand is in the building.
Think it's time that I told you
It's been a while, but not too long to forget how you let me let go. Ease into it, baby. Breathe in deeply. Close your eyes. I'll open mine and watch you as you take it. Take it, take it, take it, take it, yeah, yeah. Take it, take it, take it, take it, take it, take it, yeah. I know your way, and it's where I wanna go. Right to, I know you define truth, and I'll do what you tell me to. Exceeding the maximum, I'm begging and pleading to come and give me more. Love, I wanna make it, so come on, baby, take it.
What's up, London? How y'all feel today? Yeah.
Da 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 da. So do da 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 da. Swap da 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 da. No 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 no. So do da 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 da. Swap it da 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 da. Swap it do, day day.
game called Simon Says. It's what I do, and what I did. He got to do what I did. I said, we gon' play a game called Simon Says. And when I do what I do, we gotta do it too. Roy, are you ready for me now? Say, da 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 da. Say, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 ba. Ba ba da da ba. Sweat better, but we
hourglass, my ever-changing moods.
Using food for thought and thought for food. All I have's my attitude, the hourglass, my ever-changing moods. Faced with a challenge of doing all the novel talk, wondering how to pay for the things my mouth has bought. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wanting to say the right things whenever I talk. I changed the way I stood and the way I walk, yeah, yeah. Using food for thought and thought for food. All I have's my attitude, the hourglass, oh, my ever-changing moods. Thought and thought for food. All I have's my ever-changing moods, the hourglass, my ever-changing attitude. Am I the only one? Am I the only
upset that night. Boy, was that ever cool. Remember that night we played Paquita for money, and you robbed me blind. Remember how you used to scream so loud, cause you hated the number 9. Hey, I saw your sister skating on the lake this afternoon. Good heaven, how she's grown. She's the boy's skater, she's so tall, but your father's children. Oh, your father's children, baby, you know you are the finest of them all. You are brighter than the northern star. And last night I spent another lonely Christmas. Darling, darling, you should have been there. All the ones I dream about, you are the one that makes my love shout. You are the only one I care for. Do you still like banana daiquiris? Boy, we used to get so tight. Ooh, you used to get so horny. You make me leave the lights on. I pay money just to see your laughing, dancing silhouette upon the pier. Sometimes I think I hear you smiling. Sometimes I think you're here. I find myself holding every pillow in the bed you and I used to share. Last night I spent another lonely Christmas. Darling, you should be there. 'Cause you see, last night I spent another lonely Christmas. Darling, you should be there. You should see all the ones I dream about. You are the one that makes my love shine. You are the only one I care for, yeah. My mama used to say, always trust your lover. Well, I guess that only applies to her. Baby, you promised me. Baby, you promised me you'd never leave. And then you died on the 25th day of December. Oh, baby. Last night I spent another lonely Christmas. Darling, baby, you should be there. It's all the one I dream about. You are the one that makes my love shout. You see, you are the only one I care for, yeah. Your father said it was pneumonia. Your mother said it was stress. But the doctor said you were dead. Now I say it's senseless. Every Christmas night for 7 years now, I drink banana daiquiris till I'm blind. As long as I can hear you smiling, baby, you won't hear my tears. Another lonely Christmas is mine. Mine, another lonely Christmas is mine. Last night, spent another lonely Christmas. Darling, you should have been there. It's all the ones I dream about. You are the one that makes my love shout. You see, you are the only
think you'll agree it's dynamite. That's all the time we have tonight. Join us next time. Good night.